Paladins are in a bit of an odd space with class-specific uniques since, while they're still very limited in quantity with only 3 shields, they are also unique in that they have to compete with one of the only 2 class-specific runewords in the game, in the Paladin's case, Exile, which means the bar for good is a lot higher than with other class-specific uniques. That said, as usual with class-specific uniques in Diablo 2, there is still a quite solid option in your level 42 unique, along with some weirdly niche and mediocre elite options. One of those weird niche uniques is the level 80 requirement Fire Center Dragon Scale, which while I can think of some fringe uses for it, with its boost to fire damage as well as fire absorb, the reality is there are far better choices with much lower level requirements that you can even put in the Zakarum shield base that just do it better. Slightly less boggling, but still not my favorite, is the unique Alma Negra, with still a relatively high level requirement of 77. The shield pretty much just comes in as slightly better than a Priest Paladin shield of deflecting. The main difference being this would have a bit more defense and gives a % attack rating boost rather than a flat boost like you'd find on the Magic Paladin shield with the right auto mod. It does have a decent amount of defense, and it's not an objectively bad shield, it's just never going to be best in slot, even with the % enhanced damage and attack rating boost. This is mostly because those can be found on a large number of socketed Paladin shields, which you can slap a whole rune word into. The cream of the crop for the Paladin shields, though, is the ever-famous Herald of Zakarum, one of the few shields in the game that can give the Exile or Spirit rune words a run for their money for the Paladin build, since while for specialized builds it does lose out, but for flexible builds that have to fill multiple roles or solo large swaths of the game, its wide-reaching stats with blocking, attack rating, resistances, stats, and plus skills lets it go a long way towards a lot of useful strategies, and that is why it is easily one of the go-to Paladin shields when people are unsure as to what they want to use for their given character. Overall, while limited, the Paladin uniques fare about the same as other class-specific uniques in Diablo 2, with a rather poor showing for most of them, but a shining gem packed in. Do you think they should add more class-specific uniques or even class-specific sets? Mention your ideas below and they might make their way into a future video I'm looking at for different item ideas. And as always, a special thanks to the channel members, patrons, and regular viewers that make this content possible.